Good morning, everyone. This is Saialekhyanaidu. Today, I'm going to discuss about Our Leaders Eat Last, a leadership book analysis by Simon Sinek. So, let me discuss about the overview of the book. In this book, Simon Sinek argues that the most effective leaders are those who put their people first rather than creating environments built on trust, safety, and shared purpose rather than authority. So, in this book, we are concentrating on circle of safety and how to serve others first, and then intrinsic motivation. In circle of safety, leaders build protective environments where people feel valued and secure. Coming to serve others first category, true leadership is defined by responsibility to the team, not positional power. By intrinsic motivation, we learn when employees feel safe, they are more engaged, creative, and committed. Coming to transformational leadership connection, there is an inspiring growth through vision, where leaders eat last strongly aligns with transformational leadership theory, which centers on inspiring followers to transcend self interest for a shared mission. Coming to vision driven, leaders articulate a compelling purpose that motivates long term commitment, and there is an emotional connection which is built on trust and empathy, foster deep loyalty and innovation within teams. Coming to growth oriented, in this category, leaders invest in the personal and professional development of each team member. Coming to authentic leadership connection. In this theory connection, Sinek's emphasis on ethical behavior and transparency echoes the principle of authentic leadership. Leaders who know themselves act consistently with their values and build genuine trust. So, there are some of the programs like self awareness, ethics and transparency, and open communication. Coming to self awareness, leaders understand their strengths, limitation, and the impact of their actions on others. And in ethics and transparency category, there should be a consistent, values driven behavior, builds lasting credibility and trust across the organization. And in open communication, authentic leaders foster candid dialogue, improving job satisfaction and collaborative teamwork. There is a servant leadership connection, and in this servant leadership connection, theory connection based on Greenleaf's in the year 1977, a servant leadership framework is perhaps the closest match to Sinek's core thesis. The leader's primary role is to serve the needs of followers, not to wield authority. So they themselves prioritize the growth and well-being of each team member. They lead through empathy, active listening, and genuine care, and they view leadership as a responsibility, not a privilege. And they build a culture of community, collaboration, and a shared ownership. So, critic of the book. While Eat Last offers a compelling and human vision of leadership, it is not without limitations. A balanced reading requires acknowledging where the argument falls short. There is an idealistic framing. In this, the model assumes organizations can consistently prioritize people over profit, which is a standard difficult to maintain under real competitive pressures. And then there is a program called Neglects Transactional Leadership. In this, the performance management, clear incentives, and accountability structures receive limited attention despite their proven effectiveness. And anecdotal evidence arguments lean heavily on storytelling and case studies rather than rigorous empirical research or peer reviewed findings. Coming to limited contextual nuances, a real world constraints, resource scarcity, organizational politics, and sector specific demands. These receive insufficient consideration. Let's talk about personal takeaways. Reading this book through the lens of healthcare leadership reveals timeless principles that are directly applicable to clinical teams, patient care environments, and organizational culture. People over power. Leadership effectiveness is measured by the well being and growth of those you lead, not by title or authority. Second point is about trust is the foundation. Ethical, consistent behavior builds the psychological safety teams need to perform at their best. In this, trust is the foundation. Okay, coming to the third point, safety enables excellences. Where healthcare workers feel supported, they communicate better, make fewer errors, and deliver higher quality care. Coming to fourth point, this concentrates on empathy as a leadership skills. In this category, self-awareness and compassion are not soft traits; they are core competences for effective, sustainable leadership qualities. Conclusion: Leaders Eat Last offers a compelling, human centered framework for leadership that resonates across all three major theories examined: transformational, authentic, and servant leadership. So, here, Sinek's message is clear that the best leaders don't just lead teams, they protect and inspire them. So, based on trust and empathy, core values that unite all three leadership frameworks, and coming to healthcare relevance, especially applicable to high stakes, people centered of organizations, and coming to ethical leadership, a practical call to lead with integrity, purpose, and accountability. So, I am attaching few of references regarding Greenleaf, North House, and Sinek's leaders eat last. So yeah, thank you so much and have a nice day.